There are very strong allegations, names being mentioned, issues being raised, which are very intriguing and controversial. Of course, in the next few days, we should be hearing officially from some of these persons that their names have been mentioned in this respect. It is on APC internal affairs, and that's why we want to bring different voices in the party and different divide to weigh in on this matter. And so we have joining us from our Kano studio, Alwan Hassan, a member of the APC, and here in our Abuja studio is Mr. Clatus Obon, a chieftain of the APC also. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on tonight. Let me begin from our Kano studio. Mr. Hassan, what exactly is going on? You heard that press statement and those allegations that are being made. You know better because you are an insider. What is going on?
Sheun, there has to be a party before someone contests. We have to have the platform. As it stands today, the party is about to be killed. The Caretaker committee we brought in to take care of the party has failed in all its tasks. And all we see now is Buni determined to disgrace the president. They don't even want to have the convention. They want to postpone it. This is 6 days to 26th. He announced 26th. This is 6 days to 26th. And we don't even have any subcommittee to properly manage and conduct the convention. Then he's not sincere. My problem is not who becomes the chairman. I don't have an interest in anybody that becomes the chair. I want us to have a formidable platform so that we will not apply or have a Zamfara state in the national in 2023.
Okay, so what do you know that is happening in respect of the National Convention? Why is it not? Why I've listed the activities that are supposed to have come before now, but all of those are not happening. Do you have an idea of why this is not happening?
Yeah, because he doesn't want to go. Sheun, he doesn't want to go. Buni does not want to leave the party.
When you say he doesn't want to go,
the party platform.
The person
he's using the party platform to collect money from people that are contesting. That is what he does. I'll give you an example.
Those are strong allegations.
On Thursday, there was an appeal.
That's a very strong. If you need to have an evidence to allege that a sitting governor
hold on, let me talk.
Money, it's a strong allegation that you need to substantiate.
Listen to me, Sheun. When the court case came, when the judgment of appeal court came on Thursday, and it was in the favor of Kano State Governor. And the Kano State Governor now asked Maimala to issue a certificate of return to the party, substantive party chairman of Kano State. Do you know what he said? He requested for money. He requested the governor gives him money before he issued the certificate. Is that not?
Are you privy? Just a moment. No.
Is that?
You know, so when you're speaking in that respect, just a moment. If you are speaking in that respect, because you're threading on the line of false accusation, if you don't have evidence to that fact,
not false.
If you're not privy to the conversation,
it's not false.
It's not about it's about what you can substantiate.
The governor of Kano State is alive. Oh dear, His Excellency, the governor of Kano State, is alive today. Maimala Buni is alive. You could ask from them. He requested for money to inaugurate that. This man is bent on disgracing the president. I am telling you, Sheun, he's not going to conduct this convention. He is bent in killing the party. He doesn't care what come of it. He wants to go to the presidential primaries so as to use the party platform to bargain for a vice president. That is what he's doing.
All right. Let me get another view. Mr. Obon, how do you react to the situation?
I think coming on air to make this very wild allegation, these are things we used to do as student union activists. When you start calling the name of a governor, Ganduje, and a sitting governor of Yobe State, who is only an acting national chairman of a political party, it's very infantile, it's so juvenile, it's so jocular. It makes the whole thing look pedestrian. And I'm shocked that somebody will sit and make this type of allegations against a party he claims to love so much. If anybody is going to destroy the president, It is those who are not taking the political issues and making them look as if we are in a chemistry laboratory in which chemicals are supposed to respond in a particular manner. I ask you, I am from Cross River State. 8 states, as we speak today, 8 states are going to contest by-elections on the 26th of February. Between the National Constitution of Nigeria, the Constitution of Nigeria as amended, the Electoral Act, and the party constitution of APC, which is superior, under Section 3 of the Nigerian Constitution, every other law that comes in confrontation with the Constitution of Nigeria bows to that constitution. If INEC, acting on the basis of a subsidiary, a subsistent, and a consequential legislation like the Electoral Act, which is granted an offshoot of the ground norm, which is the Constitution, says you have an election on the 26th. Anything APC is doing, so we have to bow to it.
Is that the reason why the convention
one
is not hold on 26th?
It's one of the plethora of reasons. Number one of them, for instance, I want to contest for national chairman. I'm from Cross River South. I want to contest for the national chairmanship. And you say there's election on the 26th in Cross River State. I'm a stakeholder. I want to win that election to keep my party on. And you say I should leave the election in Cross River State, federal house and a state house election, 2 by-elections, and come to Abuja to be a national officer of a party that has no body in the national assembly.
I'll ask you this question, Mr. Obun, just a moment. On the day that the date was fixed, the election date by INEC has been fixed before your party fixed that date.
No, sir. Please,
Mr. Obun, just a moment.
Yes.
Because on this same program, I asked members of your party, and when they came here and that date came up, I said that date is clashing with an existing election date. And I asked that question. And that's the reason why I'm asking. Isn't your party privy to that date, which had come before the date of the election, the date of your convention?
As I speak to you, as at the point of fixing the date of 26th, if anybody, including our, had known that and knew it, why would you want to put a national convention on the same date with a by-election date that is taking place in 8 states?
The allegation is that why is your party keeping quiet about it? The leadership is not talking.
No. If you say the leadership should come, this is not a market.
Today is Sunday. It's 6 days before the convention.
No.
Should there have been an official communication that
when that meeting with the president failed, when that meeting with the president clashed with the president traveling, that meeting didn't take place where they were to seek that and come out with a resolution. As we speak, several meetings are taking place. The Progressive Governors Forum, which is assuming the position of the National Executive Committee of APC, a body unknown to our constitution, begins to take positions and begins to fly into the social media space to fly positions of we have zoned, we're about to zone, we are not zoning. You clearly know that there is something wrong. So if anybody is going to undermine the president, it is those who don't want to listen to the president. If we have conceded to the president, for example, to dissolve the Adam Oshimole executive, and we now moved on to say, please give us a direction on what is to happen, and that meeting didn't take place, and the man traveled, and he's back today or yesterday, and he's to meet with them, are you going to put that on a Maimala executive and turn around to say he collected money?
Just a moment.
How much is the money?
Let me bring back...
how much is the money that Maimala will be asking
Let me allow Alwan to come in. I played a video earlier, Mr. Hassan, and I'd like you to respond to some of the heavy allegations that were raised in at that press conference in the video we played earlier. Would you like to respond to them?
Sheung, please, let me respond to what he has said. It's a shame that somebody will come on a platform like this to defend Maimala Buni. Before he announced 26th February as the chairman caretaker committee of our party, he should have gone through an empty day and see what INEC has as a timetable for the party. It was deliberate, Sheung. He deliberately did that, you understand, to undermine and disgrace the president. He did that deliberately. I'm telling you, Sheung, these are his plans. And I'm telling you, if he's given the opportunity to form another day, he will put another crisis on another day. That is what he does. I'm telling you. See, it's just so sad and annoying. You have a semi-illiterate person occupying an office that is designed and made for a lion. I'm telling you, it is unfortunate, very
So when you
unfortunate
say
and
someone is
embarrassing. It's a
semi-illiterate,
shame to
please
Maimala.
let's be careful with the use
Maimala has turned out. Let me tell you. Against
person. Let's stay on
Maimala
the
has turned
issue,
out to be a
not
disgrace,
on the assassination
to the
of
northern Nigeria.
personality.
I'm telling you, Sheun. We are ready for him. We're already galvanizing and mobilizing people. We're ready for him. We would not allow him. We would not allow him to disgrace the president and kill our party. That is what he's determined to do, and we know it. I'm telling you, he's a disgrace and a shame to the northern Nigeria.
Let me allow, since you're here, I'd like you to respond to that.
Now, you see, when there is the end of argument and civility is thrown to the wings, it shows exactly who is more primitive. You cannot say a man with a master's degree. You cannot say a man who was voted governor, a man who has held positions in his state before he became governor, a man whom his colleagues sat down with the president of Nigeria and made to come and midwife a process of bringing a national convention is a semi-literate. There can be nothing more illiterate and primitive than that kind of pronouncement on national television. Now, having dismissed that, we want to ask ourselves, what qualifies a man to be governor and all that? It's diversion of the issues. What we are here to discuss is, will there be a convention or not? That is what APC members. I sat on this program once and told you that if we don't have a convention, that we are going to have a crisis. But on the evolution of issues as they come, I ask you on three bases. Number one, is it just enough to have a convention? And after, as we see today, there are 13 states embroiled in crisis and sitting in court. These people talking about convention are the very people waiting with machetes and gudgels and AK-47s in the name of cases to be in court to challenge anybody who is coming to be national chairman.
So let's clarify this.
Yes.
So what's the story going around about 12th of March? Is it a new date, or what is the state of things right now?
Until the meeting with the president takes place on Tuesday, which is what, if in the first place, happened that made the national executive not to bring out the timetable that was proposed. There was a proposal by the Caretaker committee to the president, and they were all to go and meet the president and say, this is a proposal of what we have in terms of zoning, in terms of this. Can Maimala, as a person, unilaterally sit over the 22 or 21 governors, progressive governors, with even Badaru, even, Bagudu of Kebbi, and even the Governor Fayemi of Ekiti State as Governors Forum chairman? Can he unilaterally stand a first-time governor and sit back to say, this is the date I chose?
Right. Because there are other issues. I asked a question which, Alwan, you didn't answer. It's about the video that I played earlier and some of the allegations that are now very much of a controversy in the party. Allegations that some people are entrenching themselves in the party. Would you like to react to that?
Entrenching themselves. What the press conference is saying, showing, is they are picking on a candidate and taking him to the president. That is what they are saying. It is very okay. I don't have a problem with that, Sheun. Everybody has the right to choose who he wants to support. There is no problem. Even if we have a convention today, you have to rally around governors. They have to have someone that they like or they trust, or someone that has campaigned to them. But it's fine. That is fine and very okay for the governors to go or pick someone to support as the party chairman. That is not the issue. That is not the problem. The problem is, do we have the platform? Do we have the party? Sheun, in November, I'll remind you of this. When the governor of Jigawa State, Kebbi, and Maimala Buni went to see the president on the shift in December to February. It was 5th of February they told the president. When they came out, if you could play back, Channels Television interviewed Jigawa State governor. He said they proposed 5th of February and the president approved it. But suddenly we saw Maimala in women's ICC, women's program, announcing 26th of February. That means he has gone back to check and saw that there was going to be a by-election in Cross River and Ondo State. And this is why he is coming to do this. I am telling you, Sheun, these are how many local governments? There are like 4 or 5 local governments in the 2 states. We are talking about 774 local governments. Are we sick? The whole thing is a mess.
All right.
I'm telling you, Sheun.
Let me ask.
We will not look at it.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Obun, how do you react to that video and some of the allegations raised in that video?
Precisely where I wanted to take off from. You see, when he says it doesn't matter, these are 3 governors that were named: Kebbi, Ekiti, and Jigawa. They brought a list. There are another set, 3 sets of governors have brought 3 lists. The president is being blackmailed, boxed into a corner to take a decision. I will not be surprised, and the president must not allow himself to be blackmailed as it has always happened into, for example, doing what he did with the Oshomole executive. He will be now asked by these same people, oh, now that there's a crisis, different sets of governors say, dissolve the Caretaker committee. Please proceed and bring us somebody who will do national convention. Precipitating more crisis than ever. There are going to be 3, there are already 3 existing lists. We only had this one, this group that you are hearing here, which is now claiming that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to him that 3 governors are sitting back to superimpose themselves on over 17 other governors.
That the allegations are that one wants to be president,
precisely
one wants
what
to be vice president.
It is these interests, these narrow slots of interest that are beginning to play out and making the president...
How will that play out even if that happens? Is it that there's going to be a consensus and these people are going to be named? Because the person that's been named in that whatever is the North. Has your party decided to zone to the North?
Precisely. Zoning issues were to be discussed with the president last week. When it didn't take place, they have fixed it for Tuesday. And rather than wait for it, these people are jumping the gun, preempting and overshooting themselves and overreacting to these issues because they have an agenda that is purely personal to them. If they are not president and governor and national chairman, they want to plant a chairman who will give them a president. Once that is not happening, Memala is to blame. He must go to the gutters. The president must be blackmailed. He must be boxed. He must be cajoled. He must be arm twisted into taking decisions in their favor. Yet, this president had before today taken decisions that everybody applauded. Now they want to go through the back door. They've gone to see him 3 times. 3 sets of governors. You had his first 3 sets of governors. Another set of governors had also attempted to see him, in which he was already on his way to Belgium, and he couldn't see them. As we talk now, some of them are already in Transcorp meeting to also again force another list, which they are calling unity list, another one saying consensus list, all to bring as zoning. Now, why will you be talking zoning at this point when the president himself, on 3 occasions, first in Ogun State, at another time in another state, Akwa Ibom also, in Imo State, and said, look, vote for me as president and vote for the governor of your choice. The president, under Oshomole, had come out to say, anybody who is aggrieved can go to court. When Oshomole's executive said, look, our constitution forbids you going to court without exhausting the internal mechanism, the president came out to counter him. This president has been open to say, give a level playing ground because I have suffered this type of suffocation and political asphyxiation. We cannot continue like that and claim it is democracy.
All right.
You can't do 2 sets of roles for democracy.
Let's wrap up now. Let me get Alwan's take on this. What is a way forward for your party? It does look like a quagmire on your hands, a murky situation that the party has found itself.
Yes. The best solution for us now is to dissolve the Memala committee and reconstitute another committee to give us a convention. He has failed in every task that was given to him. He should be dissolved and a proper committee should be inaugurated and given a very short timeline to deliver.
Precisely. They are precipitating the crisis.
All right. So, Mr. Obun, what's your own solution?
I had predicted him, so you can see where he's going to. So this is precisely where they are up to. Dissolve it and bring another one.
So
that
what's
one will
your
not
own
ask for
solution?
time. The solution is simple. We have a sitting executive which has midwifed this process that we've seen more defections into the party, which has brought more political profit to the party in a manner that we now need to consolidate. Rather than consolidate, they're asking for dissolution. They ask for the... Our solution now is to allow Memala midwife this process because, 1, 5 court judgments had favored him as a substantive chairman. What that means is that we need him to sit back and midwife this process that will be unassailable, that will be unlitigatable. That is to say, nobody can go to court to challenge it because, first, what the courts have done is to ensure that he has a clean slate and then to go out and play. So there must be a level playing ground for everybody in the party to feel satisfied. That
Cletus Obun and Alwan Asen, members and chieftains of the APC. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I dare say that this week is going to be perhaps one of the most difficult and one of the weeks that will decide the future of the ruling APC. And I wish your party the very best. But that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm sure Akim Ale. Enjoy the rest of your evening.